Imagine you are sitting at a really nice restaurant.
Okay.
You've got a great table. You're looking over the menu, just kind of minding your own business.
Right.
But you happen to glance at the couple sitting at the table right next to you. And, well, one of them looks like I might have just graduated from college.
I know where this is going.
Yeah, they've got that unmistakable, unburdened energy of a 20-something,
Sure.
But the other person, they look like they're actively thinking about their retirement portfolio.
Right. Yeah.
Like maybe there's a little silver in their hair, a totally different posture. What is your immediate gut reaction?
I mean, be honest with yourself. Right?
Exactly. Are you intensely skeptical? Are you, suddenly incredibly curious?
Yeah. Do you immediately start trying to piece together their entire dynamic in your head?
Yes. Trying to figure out what they could possibly have in common.
It's impossible not to. I mean, we all do it, whether we actually admit it or not.
Exactly. So, welcome to today's deep dive, where our mission is to basically explore that exact reflex.
It's such a universal reflex, too.
It really is. So, we are taking a massive stack of research today. We've got sociological data, demographic stats, relationship psychology, and, yes, even some high-profile entertainment news.
Gotta have a little gossip in there.
Always. But we're using it to look at the absolute reality of the whole May-December romance.
Right. We really want to cut through all the tabloid noise.
Exactly. We want to look at the cold, hard data to understand what makes these cross-generational relationships actually tick.
And maybe more importantly, what they reveal about how our society views aging in general.
Because that gut reaction you just described at the restaurant, it's practically a societal reflex at this point.
Oh, totally. We're completely hardwired to look for patterns, right? And a massive age gap, well, it breaks the expected pattern.
Yeah, it throws people off.
It does. But what's fascinating here is that when you start to peel back the layers of our cultural assumptions, and look at the factual reality.
The picture changes.
Entirely. The picture changes entirely. We're going to break down the underlying mechanics of these relationships well beyond the surface level spectacle.
And man, there is so much spectacle to start with.
There really is.
I mean, it is completely impossible to ignore how highly visible celebrity couples kind of shape our cultural stereotypes about age gaps.
Just look at the Hollywood ecosystem right now.
Right. You have the singer Marc Anthony, who is 54, and he married the 23-year-old Miss Universe runner-up, Nadia Ferreira, back in 2023.
Which is a 31-year age gap.
A 31-year gap.
Yeah.
And right now, they are literally celebrating their second anniversary on a yacht with their baby boy, Marco.
Right. And they are hardly an isolated data point.
Not at all.
We are seeing these massive generational gaps across the board in the public eye. Like you have the media mogul Rupert Murdoch, who is 93.
Wow.
Yeah, 93. And he recently married 67-year-old Elena Zukova.
Which is a 26-year gap.
Exactly. Or you have the acting legend Al Pacino, who is 83, having a child in 2023 with 30-year-old Noor El-Falah.
Which is just a staggering 53-year age difference.
I mean, try to wrap your head around that timeline. He was starring in The Godfather literally decades before she was even born.
Yeah, it's wild to think about. And it certainly isn't limited to older men and younger women either.
No, not at all.
You're the pop icon Cher, who is 78, dating 37-year-old music executive Alexander Edwards.
Right.
Which actually brings up what might be the absolute wildest fan observation we've seen in a long time.
Oh, the Jason Momoa thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So 45-year-old Jason Momoa recently walked the Cannes red carpet with his girlfriend, Adria Arjona, who is 33.
Which, on paper, is a completely normal 12-year gap.
Right. Nothing to write home about. But fans immediately noticed something about Adria's father.
The famous Guatemalan singer Ricardo Arjona.
Yes. Ricardo Arjona looks exactly like Jason Momoa.
It is uncanny.
I mean, they're both 6'4". They have the exact same unkempt but charming long hair.
The same beard.
Yes. And they both apparently have this deep, unwavering love for wearing random hats.
And the internet was just losing its mind over the psychological implications of that.
Everyone was playing armchair psychologist.
But that reaction perfectly illustrates how quickly the public dissects these relationships.
Oh, for sure.
When there is an age gap, or even a perceived generational dynamic, we immediately look for the psychological hook.
We want a simple explanation.
Exactly. And if it's not Freud, then we immediately assign these very specific, highly codified labels.
Right.
Relationship expert Love McPherson breaks down exactly how society wields these labels basically as weapons.
Yeah, it's pretty harsh.
It is. When the woman is older, society immediately slaps her with the cougar label.
Assuming she's desperately trying to recapture her youth.
Right. And the younger man in that scenario. He's often seen as just looking for a sugar daddy equivalent to fund an easy lifestyle.
Right. And if the genders are flipped.
Well, when the man is older, his genuine relationship is completely written off as just a cliche midlife crisis.
Yeah, of course.
And the younger woman, she definitely has it the worst.
Absolutely.
She almost universally, instantly gets stamped with the gold digger label.
I always think about society's intense fixation on these couples as being kind of like watching someone order a massive, decadent, towering dessert right before dinner.
Oh, that's a good comparison.
Right. Everyone around them has a very strong opinion on it. They are judging it, they are whispering to their friends about it, they are projecting all their own dietary anxieties onto it.
Even though it has absolutely zero effect on their own meal.
Exactly. It's pure projection.
That's a great way to look at it. And the problem is, those projections have real-world weight. They cause actual damage.
Right. People actually get hurt.
Yeah. Take the recent incident involving the soccer pundit Roy Keane. He publicly went off on the partner of England player Jude Bellingham.
And what was her crime exactly?
She was simply wearing Bellingham's jersey at a game.
That's it?
That's it. Based on absolutely nothing but her visibility, Keane basically accused her of being a wag.
Which is British tabloid slang for wives and girlfriends.
Right, usually used derogatorily.
Mm.
And he strongly insinuated she was a gold digger who would be separated from him within a year.
Just based on optics.
He applied this massive, heavy stereotype purely based on optics.
Okay, let's unpack this, because
That's
this is where the tabloid gossip collides with the actual sociological data.
Let's do it.
If we step away from the red carpet and we step away from angry soccer pundits, what does the research actually say? Does this gold digger stereotype hold any weight whatsoever in the real world?
Sociologically speaking, no.
Really?
The data completely debunks it.
Yeah.
Sociologist Elizabeth McClintock has spent her entire career studying this exact dynamic.
Okay.
She states that the trophy wife concept, the idea that a person is purely trading their physical beauty for a partner's extreme wealth, is incredibly rare.
Wow.
The data shows that beautiful women are highly unlikely to leverage their looks purely for upward financial mobility.
So what do they do instead?
People, generally speaking, pair up with partners who match their own educational and socioeconomic backgrounds. The transactional cartoon character of the gold digger is mostly a complete myth.
But wait, what about what women say they want? Because I was looking at this 2025 UK survey of 18 to 35-year-olds.
The Green Flags Survey.
Yes. They asked women to rank their #1 green flags in a potential partner. A massive 86% of them ranked kindness, honesty, and being polite at the absolute top of the list.
Yep.
I have to admit, I read that and thought, really? Are they just giving the socially acceptable answer?
You thought they were just being polite for the survey?
Yeah. Because it's not yachts, it's not sports cars, it's just being nice.
I completely understand the skepticism, but the historical data actually backs it up. This isn't just a modern trend of people answering politely.
Okay.
Now, to be fair, the desire for good financial prospects in a partner did rise over the last century.
Some money does matter.
Right. For women, it went from being ranked 17th in importance back in 1939 up to 12th place by 2008.
Got it. So money matters more than it did during the Great Depression, sure.
Exactly. But sociologists point out that the data proves women are seeking baseline stability, not extreme wealth.
Stability over yachts.
Precisely. They want emotional safety and someone who can pull their own weight in a partnership, not a billionaire.
And just to put a pin in how rare these massive Hollywood gaps are in normal life.
Oh, the census data.
Yeah, U.S. Census data shows that only about 8% of heterosexual marriages have an age gap of 10 years or more.
Which is really a small slice.
It is. And if you jump to a 20-year gap, it's literally only 1% of marriages.
See, it is a massive statistical outlier.
Yeah.
We think it's everywhere because it's everywhere on our screens, but in our actual neighborhoods, it's the 1%.
Okay, but I'm going to push back here.
Go for it.
Because if the data unequivocally says women primarily just want emotional safety, kindness, and a partner with an average, stable job, how do we explain the massive outliers that we do see?
You mean the famous ones?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm not just talking about Marc Anthony. Look at the 64-year-old German football legend Lothar Matthäus. He's dating the 26-year-old model Teresa Sommer.
Right.
That's a 38-year gap. Or take Mauricio Umansky.
Oh, from reality TV.
Yeah. He's 55 years old. He just separated from Kyle Richards, and he was recently spotted at the Sunset Towers laughing and driving off with a 24-year-old alum from the reality show Love Island USA.
Yep.
If women just want average stability and kindness, What the heck is happening at the Sunset Towers?
Well, this raises a really important question about the distortion field of extreme wealth.
Distortion field.
Yeah, you have to separate the normal dating pool from the absolute stratosphere of immense fame and high social status.
Okay.
Extreme wealth completely warps reality. Figures like Matthias and Umansky are operating with a totally different set of physics. Their fame basically acts as a massive multiplier.
So the rules just don't apply to them.
Not the normal rules, no. But the data is very clear about the rest of society.
The average guy.
Right. For your average, everyday man in his 60s who is looking to date women in their 30s or 40s, he cannot rely on a fame multiplier.
Because he doesn't have it.
Exactly. Therefore, the data shows he must compensate in other very specific, rigorous ways.
Like what?
He has to be in excellent physical health. He has to possess incredibly high emotional maturity. And crucially, he must have a complete lack of controlling behavior.
Wait, why the lack of controlling behavior specifically?
Because the age gap naturally introduces a power dynamic.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, if a normal older man tries to leverage his age or his life experience or even his slightly higher income as authority over a younger partner, that power dynamic immediately turns toxic.
And the relationship falls apart.
Statistically, yes, it fails. The successful ones require the older partner to completely surrender any ego tied to their age.
Wow. Okay, so that actually brings up a huge point. Let's say you pass that initial screening, right?
Okay.
You aren't toxic, you have the emotional maturity, and you have the incredible initial romantic spark.
The honeymoon phase.
Right. But what happens when the honeymoon phase ends? Because I keep thinking about the physical, logistical realities of aging together. Time comes for all of us.
It definitely does.
And there is a story from the research that perfectly encapsulates this, involving Antonio Banderas.
Oh, that is such a revealing case study.
It's basically a thriller. So Antonio Banderas is dating Nicole Kidman. They have a 21-year age gap.
Right.
Back in 2019, he suffered a heart attack.
Yeah.
But the sequence of events that actually saved him is wild.
It's crazy.
The night before, Kidman had a headache and ran out to the store to buy some aspirin. As she was at the register paying, she literally dropped the aspirin on the floor and didn't even notice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The cashier spotted it, pointed it out, and she picked it up and bought it. Fast forward to the very next morning, Banderas starts showing severe symptoms of a heart attack.
And she realizes what's happening.
Exactly. Kidman recognizes what is happening, and she takes that exact same aspirin she almost left on the floor of the supermarket, and she puts it right under his tongue.
Incredibly.
She literally saved his life in that moment.
It is an incredible story of crisis management and heroism. It's really the ultimate proof of a dedicated partnership.
For sure.
But if you fast forward and look at the 2026 update on them, the tone of the narrative has shifted significantly. Well, an insider recently noted that the day-to-day reality of the health and age gap is taking a heavy toll. Banderas is reportedly now acutely aware of his limitations.
Oh, man.
Yeah, the insider said that when you are around them in a normal domestic setting, the 21-year difference suddenly feels, quote, extreme to the people in their orbit.
See, it makes me wonder, do these practical physical challenges act as a sort of relationship gravity?
Relationship gravity. I like that.
Right. I mean, it doesn't matter how high you fly on the adrenaline of that initial romance, or how deeply connected you are, or even how heroic the moments of crisis are.
The biological realities pull you back down.
Exactly. The biological realities of aging are eventually going to pull both partners back down to earth. You just can't outrun time, and the physics of the relationship completely change.
I wouldn't disagree with the concept of relationship gravity at all. Sociological studies validate that entirely. Yeah, the data shows that marital satisfaction does decline faster in couples with larger age gaps, particularly as the older partner begins to face mobility or chronic health issues.
Because the roles change.
Exactly. The younger partner often transitions prematurely into a caregiver role, which obviously changes the romantic dynamic.
That makes sense.
But, and this is a really crucial point, that gravity doesn't mean they are doomed to crash.
Okay.
In fact, a 2022 Ipsos poll and a 2024 dating trend forecast from Bumble both show a noticeable upswing in cross-generational dating.
Wait, really?
Mm.
Even knowing that the gravity's going to hit them eventually, why would there be an upswing?
Because the key to success in these relationships isn't about ignoring the math. It's about life stage alignment.
Life stage alignment.
Yeah. Let's look at the AARP profile of Alan Seidner and Carrie Forrest. He is 82, she is 49.
Okay.
They have been together for 26 years. How did they survive the gravity? They survived because they tackled it on day one. He was incredibly proactive. He bought long-term care insurance immediately, and he laid out all his end-of-life plans so she would never be burdened with those bureaucratic nightmares.
Wow, that is incredibly practical. And what about her side of the equation?
She made massive intentional life choices. She gave up having children to focus on her graduate degree and her business.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, she knew he already had grown daughters and had absolutely no desire to start raising infants again in his late 50s.
So they got on the exact same page.
They aligned their life stages. If a 40-year-old and a 60-year-old are both entirely done having kids and they both want the exact same quiet lifestyle, maybe traveling, maybe just enjoying their home, the numerical gap matters far less than the lifestyle alignment.
That makes total sense.
As Cher pointed out in one of her posts regarding her own relationship, love doesn't know math.
I really love that quote. And honestly, it feels like this entire conversation about dating is bleeding into a much broader cultural shift.
Oh, absolutely.
Think about it. We've talked about the tabloids, we've talked about the Bumble data, the census stats, but there's this fascinating reframing of age happening in society at large, way beyond who is taking who to dinner.
Especially in the entertainment industry itself.
Yes. The structural changes in the media landscape are starting to perfectly mirror the psychological data we've been discussing.
It's incredible to see.
It really is. The data on the renaissance for older Hispanic actors in Hollywood right now is absolutely staggering. Listen to these stats.
Okay, lay them on me.
The number of prestige TV series featuring Hispanic veterans jumped from just 6 shows in 2020 to 21 shows in 2025.
It's a huge jump.
And streaming platforms alone invested an estimated $940 million into Spanish language content with veteran leads in 2025.
Nearly $1 billion betting on older actors.
Yeah. And we have to ask why that massive investment is happening now. Why the sudden shift?
Well, industry insiders state that age actually enhances an actor's credibility in today's market.
Interesting.
Yeah, these actors aren't just being hired to play the tired, aging stereotypes. They aren't just the background abuela or the fading, grumpy patriarch anymore.
Right.
They are being hired because they bring, quote, lived experience and deep cultural memory to complex, multidimensional lead roles. The audience craves authenticity, and you simply cannot fake decades of lived experience.
It's so deeply satisfying to see experience being valued as a premium asset like that.
Yeah.
And it isn't just happening on scripted television with actors playing characters.
I know. Look at reality TV.
Exactly. We mentioned Kyle Richards earlier, who separated from Mauricio Umansky after 30 years of marriage.
Right.
In the aftermath of that deeply public split, she stated that she is no longer afraid of being alone as she gets older.
That's powerful.
It is. She said she is finding profound security in the mantra, whatever will be, will be. There's a quiet, unshakable confidence there that literally only comes from having lived through decades of ups and downs.
You don't have that at 25.
You really don't.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, the symmetry here is quite profound.
How so?
Think about it. The exact traits that women ranked highest in that UK dating survey we discussed earlier, emotional safety, honesty, grounded maturity, the lack of controlling behavior.
Right.
Those are the exact same traits that Hollywood producers are now paying a $940 million premium for in older actors.
Oh, wow. I didn't put that together.
Yeah. In both love and art, society is finally realizing that experience is a strategic asset, rather than just a fallback option when youth fades.
So what does this all mean? It feels to me like society is finally upgrading its operating system regarding age.
Upgrading its OS. I like that.
Right. For so long, we had this massive glitch in the cultural code that said youth was the only currency that mattered, that everyone, especially women, had this invisible expiration date stamped on their forehead.
Exactly.
But whether we are talking about who is leading a prestige thriller on a streaming service or who is finding deep, meaningful love again in their 60s or 70s, that myth of the expiration date is finally being deleted from the system.
It is a systemic reframing. We are slowly moving away from being obsessed with the fleeting novelty of youth, and we are starting to truly value the depth of age.
Which is beautiful.
It is. But to do that completely, it requires us to strip away the lazy stereotypes, the cougars, the gold diggers, the midlife crises. We have to actually look at the human beings underneath the math.
Absolutely. So to recap the journey we've been on today for you listening, May-December romances are far more than just tabloid punchlines or red carpet spectacles.
Much more.
Yes, they require intense, sometimes painfully difficult communication about health, finances, and life stages. You have to plan for the dropped aspirin, and you have to plan for the long-term care insurance.
You can't avoid the reality of it.
Right. But the data unequivocally shows that the successful cross-generational relationships are driven by the exact same human desires for kindness, honesty, and emotional connection as any other relationship on the planet.
And whether you are currently navigating the dating pool yourself, or maintaining a decades-long marriage, or even just looking at the trajectory of your own career as you get older, the data proves that your lived experience is highly valuable.
It's an asset, not a liability.
Precisely.
Which brings us to the end of our deep dive today. But before we go, we want to leave you with something to really chew on.
Yes. Consider this. If our society is becoming increasingly accepting of cross-generational relationships, and if we are, across the board, starting to value the depth of lived experience over the fleeting novelty of youth, how might this shift fundamentally change the traditional timeline of your own life?
That's a great point.
Right. If age is truly becoming just a number, are we finally free to stop rushing to hit all those arbitrary milestones by a certain birthday?
It's a fantastic question. Because the next time you are sitting at that restaurant and you see that couple with the massive age gap at the table next to you,
Yeah.
maybe your gut reaction won't be to judge the dessert they ordered.
Hopefully not.
Right. Maybe you'll just wonder what kind of fascinating lived experience they are sharing across the table.